Ansible looks deceptively simple. Write YAML, run a command, machines get configured. But under the hood, a lot is happening. How does it know which host to contact? Who actually runs the command? Does it copy code? Stream it? Use SSH? WinRM? A container? Git? In this video, we'll build the full mental model, from beginner basics to architect-level internals. Think of Ansible as an automation conductor. The control node holds the instructions. The inventory is the address book. The playbook is the recipe. The modules are the worker tools. The remote machines are the performers. One playbook can update and jinx config across 50 Linux servers, restart only if needed, and do it in batches. Ansible mostly works by evaluating YAML-defined tasks on the control node, selecting hosts from inventory, choosing a connection plugin, preparing module execution, running tasks, and collecting results back as structured JSON-style data. Ansible is push-based by default. The controller initiates the connection to the managed node and pushes work outward. But Ansible also supports pull mode with ansible-pull, where the node itself periodically fetches playbook content and applies it. So don't oversimplify it as Ansible is only push. The default is push, but pull is a supported pattern. Push is like a central teacher sending homework to each student. Pull is like each student checking the homework portal every hour. In practice, push is the admin running ansible-playbook site.yaml. Pull is the remote node running scheduled ansible-pull against Git. Now let's open the project. Ansible projects can be small or large, but a common structure includes inventory, group_vars, host_vars, playbooks, roles, templates, files, and sometimes collections or plugins. Think of it like a kitchen. Inventory is the guest list. Playbooks are recipes. Roles are reusable meal kits. Templates are recipe patterns with placeholders. Files are static ingredients. A typical layout has a project root with inventory/production, hosts.yaml, group_vars, host_vars, playbooks with site.yaml and web.yaml, roles/nginx with tasks, handlers, templates, files, vars, defaults, meta, plus collections, and ansible.cfg and requirements.yaml. Inventory describes hosts, groups, and vars. Group_vars and host_vars provide scoped variables. Roles provide reusable packaged automation. Templates are Jinja2, rendered. Files are static copies. Handlers react to changed events. Defaults and vars have different precedence, and requirements.yaml can install collections and roles. Inventory answers two questions. Who are the hosts, and how are they grouped? Variables can live in inventory, group_vars, host_vars, playbooks, roles, and more. This is powerful, but it also means precedence matters. Like a family contact book with tags. All servers, web servers, DB servers, prod, staging. In practice, you might have a web group. Prod web servers inherit common vars, and one host overrides a specific port. The same variable name can come from multiple places, so keep precedence in mind without turning this into a full vars lecture. This is the heart of the video. When Ansible runs a task, it does roughly this. 1. Read config, inventory, and playbook. 2. Resolve target hosts. 3. Choose connection plugin. 4. Gather facts if enabled. 5. Choose the module or plugin needed for the task. 6. Prepare the module payload. 7. Transfer or pipeline it. 8. Execute it remotely. 9. Collect structured output. 10. Decide changed, failed, or OK, and continue. It's like the conductor picking the musician, handing over the sheet music, hearing the performance, and marking the result. Some modules run on target machines. Some action plugins do controller-side work. Most normal automation is remote execution plus result return, and results come back so Ansible can decide task status. Keep this 10-step pipeline as your central mental model. Now the key question: who actually runs the work on the remote system? Main paths. 1. SSH connection plugin using OpenSSH client. 2. Paramiko_SSH using Python SSH. 3. Local connection runs on the controller itself. 4. WinRM and PSRP for Windows. 5. Network-oriented connection plugins for network devices. 6. Container-style or localized execution depending on target and plugin. 7. Ansible-pull, where the node runs Ansible locally after pulling content. The controller usually orchestrates. The remote host usually executes the module logic. For some tasks, parts happen on the controller first. For local connection, the remote is actually localhost. Think of it as transport modes. SSH is the standard road. WinRM and PSRP are the Windows road. Local means you're already in the building. Ansible-pull is the branch office running instructions locally after syncing. Examples: Linux fleet via SSH, Windows patching via WinRM, network appliance via network_CLI or API-style plugin, CI runner using local, pull mode on edge nodes. How does the code reach the target? In the common model, Ansible prepares a module payload and either writes it to a temporary location on the remote host and executes it, or uses pipelining, or supported, to feed it into the interpreter's standard input. Pipelining can reduce network round trips and improve performance. But privilege escalation and connection plugin behavior can affect whether pipelining is practical. Temp file execution is like dropping the work order on the desk, then telling the worker to execute it. Pipelining is like speaking instructions directly into the worker's ear without leaving a paper copy. In practice, Python module over SSH, remote TMP directory, result returned in JSON-like form. So you have two paths: copy to remote temp, execute, return result, or pipe over stin, execute, return result, with a lock icon around become and pseudo nuances. Commands to know: ansible-inventory all-m ping, test connectivity and the module execution path. Healthy output is success pong. Issue is unreachable or auth failure. Ansible-playbook -inventory playbooks /site.yaml runs the playbook. Ansible-inventory --graph shows how hosts and groups resolve. Good for debugging targeting mistakes. Ansible config dump --, only changed shows active non-default config. Good for explaining why behavior differs here. Ansible doc and Ansible Galaxy for docs and collection install. Ansible-pull for pull mode. Ansible-navigator run for modern EU workflows. Use command cards with green for expected and red for problem outputs. Modern Ansible is bigger than just playbooks and SSH. Collections package modules, plugins, roles, and docs. Execution environments package the control node dependencies into a container image. Ansible-navigator helps run and inspect Ansible in modern EU workflows. Event-driven Ansible adds rulebooks and event sources for reacting to events. Ansible is not identical to Kubernetes-style GitOps controllers, but it fits very well into Git-centric workflows. Patterns: Git repo stores playbooks, inventories, roles, and EE definitions, CI lints, and test content. AWX or controller syncs projects from SCM, webhook or schedule launches jobs. Ansible-pull lets nodes converge from Git on a schedule. Pull requests become change control points. Git is the source of truth notebook. Ansible is the operations engine. Distinguish controller-driven automation, pull-based convergence, CI/CD triggered automation, and event-driven automation. Without claiming Ansible is a Kubernetes reconciliation controller by default. Real-world Ansible problems are usually not about YAML syntax. They are about bad inventory design, variable precedence confusion, roles that are too tightly coupled, overuse of shell instead of modules, hidden connection assumptions, slow runs due to fact gathering or transport round trips, and unclear separation between controller dependencies and target dependencies. Architect guidance. Choose proper project layout. Use roles and collections intentionally. Prefer modules over raw shell where possible. Design inventories around ownership and environment. Use execution environments for reproducibility. Choose push versus pull intentionally. And use Git as the audit trail and promotion path. Pitfall board with red warnings. Good design board with green checks. Beginner mistake versus architect pattern side by side. Here's the mental model. Ansible usually starts from a control node. It reads inventory and playbooks. It chooses connection plugins. It executes modules locally or remotely depending on task and connection style. It is push by default, but pull is supported with ansible-pull. And modern Ansible now includes collections, execution environments, Git-based workflows, and event-driven automation. Final takeaway. Ansible is not just YAML. It is a structured execution engine with transports, plugins, content packaging, and workflow patterns.